The pull-up versus the chin-up. What are the main differences between these two exercises? The first major difference to understand is that a pull-up and chin-up will have different hand positions. So in a pull-up, your hands will be facing forward. In a chin-up, your hands are facing towards you. If you are a beginner and you're having trouble remembering, okay, is a chin-up, my palms facing me or are they away? Think chin-up, scratch your chin. So when you're doing chin-up, you're always gonna scratch your chin, AKA you're gonna have your palm facing you. You're not gonna scratch your chin like this, or at least I wouldn't. That might be what a cat does, but I don't think any human is gonna naturally do that. The second major difference to note between the chin-up and pull-up is that when you are doing a chin-up, you will have a little bit more bicep involved. So when you're doing a chin-up, the prime mover in that concentric or upward motion is the bicep, and you're obviously gonna have back muscles as well, but the biceps are a lot more advantaged to help pull you up in a chin-up. So you will have a slightly larger bicep bias in a chin-up. In a pull-up, you're still gonna have some bicep work. However, since your palms are facing this way, you're gonna have a little bit more of a passive approach with the biceps, and you're gonna have a lot more of the lat or the upper lat at that, helping to pull you up and drive those elbows down as you're pulling yourself up to the bar. The third major difference is which is easier. So generally speaking, the chin-up will feel easier, especially for newer lifters and beginner lifters, because we are in a position where we get a little bit more bicep in our chin-up. Typically they'll feel easier compared to a pull-up, which will rely a little bit more on the back musculature. So if you don't have that natural base of back musculature, you might find pull-ups to be a little bit harder, and that's why they can also be a great milestone for training progress when you are starting to get more serious with your strength training. A lot of folks will make the pull-up like a milestone goal to track their upper body progress, whereas a chin-up, most folks can typically rep out a little bit more in the beginning of their journey versus the pull-up, and that obviously will be very contextual, and that's not always a clean and cut dry case there, but again, generally speaking, the chin-up will feel a little bit easier than the pull-up. All right, so now let's cover some benefits that come along with the chin-up versus the pull-up. And now for this section, I'm gonna talk about like 3 overarching benefits that come with both these exercises. So the first benefit is that they can both be great for building upper body strength in general. So when you're doing a chin-up and a pull-up, you're gonna be training a lot of different muscles. You're gonna have the lats, you're gonna have the rhomboids, you're gonna have the biceps, the forearms, some rear delt. Like there's gonna be a lot of back musculature involved as you pull yourself up through different ranges of motion. So both the chin-up and the pull-up can be great for training a lot of different upper back and arm muscles all at the same time, whereas other movements might be a little bit more isolated. So if you're trying to get a lot of bang for your buck regarding the muscles you are trying to strengthen, both of those exercises can be awesome. The second benefit that comes along with these exercises is they can be great for packing on mass. So if you're newer to the gym, the chin-up and pull-up can be awesome staples to include in your workout program if your goal is hypertrophy and packing on mass. And now this will ebb and flow based on how much volume you can do and if you can do them weighted and whatnot. But generally speaking, both of those exercises can be awesome for just building like a nice base of muscle. Now, if you're getting super specific and you're like, okay, I want to strengthen like just my lat, or like let's say the middle portion of my lats, so those mid lat fibers, you want to get a little bit more specific with your exercise selection. But if your goal is just building a bigger back and slightly bigger arm size in general, they can both be great exercises for accomplishing this goal. The third benefit that comes along with chin-ups and pull-ups is I love them because they can be an awesome mental milestone exercise along with a physical milestone exercise. So a lot of times when we start out in the gym, the goal is like, I want to be able to do like a very clean pull-up or chin-up under my own power. So if you are new to training, using the chin-up and pull-up as like a milestone for your progress regarding your upper body and back strength can be an awesome tool. And honestly, nothing feels better than pulling that chin above that bar for the very first time. And that can honestly open this floodgate to realizing like, okay, I have a lot of potential here. I'm seeing my gains, and it can be motivational too. So on top of being an awesome milestone for tracking your physical progress in the gym, both the chin-up and the pull-up can just be great, I would say, mental milestones as well, to kind of open up your mind to how much you can really do regarding your own body strength and how you can move your body. Plus, if you are somebody who does want to get more active with rock climbing or doing any form of activity where you might be doing some form of pulling, these can both be great exercises for helping you get stronger in those contexts as well. All right, so now to answer some rapid fire questions that I typically get with the chin up versus the pull up. So which variation or which exercise is going to be best for building your back? Generally speaking, the pull up will be your go-to in this context. It will be a little bit harder for those back muscles to get yourself up, so they will have to work a little bit harder, the different ranges of motion. And so if your goal is training primarily the upper back muscles and the lats, etc., with the chin up and the pull up will typically be a better go-to. Which exercise is better for biceps? So I talked about this earlier in my differences section, but generally speaking, the chin up will be a little bit more bicep heavy because you are pulling yourself up and you have your elbows in a position where that bicep can be more advantaged regarding the flexion it's creating with your arm. Generally speaking, the chin up will be a little bit better for your biceps. Will the pull up train your biceps? Yes. However, the chin up will be a little bit more specialized in nature there. Now, which exercise is better for beginners? Honestly, both of these exercises can be really great for beginners. I would say program accordingly and then also use variations to help get yourself strong enough to perform them cleanly as you need. So I typically start folks with the pull-up actually versus the chin-up, even though the chin-up tends to be a little bit easier to perform because the pull-up can be a really cool milestone exercise. And also, if I'm gonna be training a beginner's biceps, I would rather do so with different exercises and then have that translate later on in their lifting career to chin-ups. All right guys, that wraps up this chin up versus pull up video. If you're a beginner, hopefully this video helped clarify some of the main questions that you might have had on these exercises. If you have additional questions about the chin up versus the pull up, drop a comment down below or check out the article linked down below too. I've written an article to accompany this video, so it should add extra context there. But as always, if you have additional questions, drop a comment down below or reach out to me personally, whichever you prefer. I'll see you guys in the next one.